Nothing. Let's see, can we... Where are we? Oh, almost. So... No. If we are here... Let's go in that red thingy. Let's see. What is this? Hostile object signature. Okay, I'm not ready for that yet. Okay, let's go here. Okay, can we go all the way here? No, not yet. Permission to report, Lord Captain. I keep receiving messages about strange behavior in certain ship systems. All decks report the uncontrollable opening and closing of doors, gates, and airlocks. They behave erratically and do not obey the operator's command. Regrettably, this has led to casualty among the crew. The tech priests have explained that these phenomena are being caused by the machine spirit's irascibility and have spent hours chanting litanies to soothe their anger. Unfortunately, many crew members were badly injured before the prayers could stabilize the systems.
My apologies, Lord Captain. The enforcers report that your pet Eldari is in a foul mood and is moving toward the captain's bridge. We didn't dare to stop her, but I expect that you have a difficult conversation ahead of you.
Yrliet, that's you?
Please spare me a brief moment of your time, Elantak.
Of course.
Azurion knows that I do not care about the curious glances of Monkey. I grew inured to them back in the blossoming gardens of the Lilithon. They curse me from afar. They follow my every move. They ward themselves against me. Let them. After all, what can be done with such weak-minded, primitive creatures? And still, one monkey stunt has caused the cup of my patience to spill over. She dared to approach me, to speak to me, and touching my hand, she suggested that we withdraw somewhere private. She wanted... Morag. The mere memory of it stirs up a tempest in my soul.
Fraternizing with the Xenox, unspeakable heresy. Show me to this mad woman and I shall see that she is suitably punished. Or were you truly so offended by it? My people have behaved contemptibly and I apologize for it. I wouldn't mind going somewhere private. Okay, if you dislike how my people behave, try to spend your time somewhere more out of the way. Okay, my people have behaved. This is more neutral, kind of.
I accept your words, Elantak. And still, try to imagine, Elantak, being lusted after by a wild beast. It is foul, disgusting, so vile that it makes your very soul shudder.
So I don't have a chance? Come on. I'm also repelled by the thought. Okay, I understand that this incident was unpleasant for you, but it does not mean that all humans are animals. You are a toxic animal to my people. For you, I'm willing to become a wild animal of those I pet. If you dislike how many... Okay. I understand that this incident was unpleasant for you, but it does not mean that all humans are animals.
No. Your kind, simple souls and narrow minds are the root of all these flaws. Narrow minds and simple souls. Every day, I feel as if I am caught in a trap, surrounded by a pack of wild animals. I am prepared to pay this price to find my kin, but everything Everything has its limit.
Perhaps you should stop insulting the human race? Or I do not think you fully understand human thoughts and actions. I shall speak to my subjects. You will not be bothered again. Yep, I'll do with this. You are an exotic animal. Come on. Okay. I shall speak to my subjects. You will not be bothered again.
Your words warm my soul. Very well. I will leave now. Do not forget your promise.
Okay. I know that where is Kibellah wanted to talk. Here she is. She wanted to have some ritual.
Domin.
I would like to know more about the sacred mysteries of Death Cult.
The Vizier taught us that there are many like us throughout the Imperium who spill blood in his name. Death cultists, as they call us. He said that no two death cults are the same, just as there are no two identical stars in the void. I will tell you about the blood-spun web, but I cannot speak on behalf of all death cults.
Okay, this is too much lore here. Gesture to the scars covering Kibellah's skin. You torture your own flesh. What is the meaning of this ritual?
Torture? I bear the sacred marks of the Undying One's service. Death has bestowed them upon me. Though others may cherish hollow riches or meaningless beauty, it is my duty to cherish his gift of blood. Each wound is a symbol of our service to him. Each drop of blood carries his blessing. To renounce these scars is to renounce the Undying One himself. Death whispers to me, "You are worthy of bearing his marks." Tell me, Domin, do you wish to honor your flesh with his gifts?
I presume this will not be a painless procedure?
I have not felt pain in a long time, but yes, your body will certainly suffer. Embrace the pain and make it a part of you. It will be your salvation, even on your darkest days.
Alright, it would be an honor to bear the mark of the Undying One. Let's go with that.
Let it be so. Treasure his gift, Domin. Inscribe it anew each time you pray. May his blessing find you.
Did you ever meet Theodora von Valencius?
I met her once when I was young. The Vizier saw a serpent hiding among those close to Domin Theodora, ready to sink its fangs into her throat. I was ordered to find the serpent and sever the soul from its body. I watched and waited for weeks. I hid among the shadows, the air ducts and the faceless masses. Once I found the serpent, I sliced off its head and returned to the temple. I doubt that Domin Theodora ever saw me, but the 3 ritual cuts I left behind on the body let her know that this death was pleasing to him. They sent us a grand feast from the upper decks before the cycle's end. We gave it to the hungry.
You always address me as Domin. What does that word mean?
The Gothic we use to communicate is different to that spoken on the upper decks. Domin has many meanings. Giver of life, Lord or Lady of the Ark, and Shadowless Sun. The matriarch Spider gave this title to the rogue trader who allowed her to form the blood-spun web. We use other titles as well. For example, Venai means Master of the Immaterium, or Watcher of the Veil. Vil means one who must go to the other side. Amic means one you can trust in battle.
If the Undying One whispers my name, will you carry out his will?
Lords and wretches are equal before death. If such is the Undying One's will, I will guide you to him, Domin.
Tell me about yourself.
I am the second spinner of the blood-spun web. A spear in the hand of the Undying Emperor. I am your shield and shadow. Your blade.
How succinct? Do you dislike talking about yourself?
The tenets compel us to let our deeds speak on our behalf. There is no one in the cult who does not know me. So I have grown accustomed to taciturnity in matters regarding myself. Ask, and I will try to give you an answer that will satisfy your thirst for knowledge.
Your fighting style is unique. Do you think it's something I can learn?
Your body will fail you, Domin. Your bones will break. Your tendons will snap. Your heart will stop. Our rituals of self-perfection are unending. They demand absolute dedication and decades of special training. However, if you devote the next 30 years of your life to its study, you might be able to learn the basics.
All right, when do we start? Thank you for sharing with me.
It is not difficult to speak the truth.
Okay, I'm ready for the binding ritual. Let's see, what is this?
Then follow me, Domin. Are you ready to step into the labyrinth, Domin?
What exactly are we going to do?
This is the ritual of binding. By the Undying One's will, our fates and ours one. But I must still guide you into the maze of my mind. Although it is my predestination alone to walk its corridors in search of answers, your image must become part of the tangle. For I am your shadow, Domin, and your presence will aid me in sensing whatever threats may be looming over you.
What is all this on the floor?
Instructions, directions, a depiction of the puzzle that can only be solved within one's own consciousness by following its bends and turnings. I do not require these lines to find my way, but for you, they will serve as a guiding thread.
All right, let's begin. Now I'm curious.
Your weapon for the ritual. Watch the lines on the floor. You can only pass through the gaps. The rest, you need not know. Enter the labyrinth, Domin. You are now upon the path. Your shadow now walks the labyrinth, and my gaze can now see when danger draws near you.
Can you tell me what this really was? What is the true meaning of this rite?
You are not required to understand. You have joined the ritual. That will suffice.
I only seek to understand why this matters to you, to understand you.
Understand me? Why, Domin? My fate is preordained, and our places assigned. We both must serve the Undying One, as his design foretells. But if such is indeed your wish, my path of service to the Undying Emperor is one of many twists and pitfalls. Every mind is fraught with weakness, and only by honing it tirelessly can one achieve focus and prime one's perception. I envision the tenets of the web as a maze of tangles and dead ends. Each time I go into a trance, be it one of the soul or of battle, I walk this path from beginning to end. And now that you're a part of it, you will be there with me when next I enter the labyrinth. You may deem it strange. You live in a world so far removed from my own that such rituals must seem absurd to you. I am sure I would find your rituals equally mystifying.
My rituals? What do you mean?
You are empowered by the will of the Undying One himself, and yet, when I look at your life, I am surprised. You follow a different thread, one that does not seem as strict to your thoughts and deeds. There is so much luster.
Okay, would you like to see my world, Kibellah? You have allowed me to witness your ritual. It is only fair that I show you one of mine. My world is more than mere luster. Perhaps it would help you to have a closer look at my life. Yes, you're right. Our rituals are simply too different for us to understand each other. Yeah,
Let us abide by our respective threads. The labyrinth has accepted you. We have danced amid the crossing lines and minds, and by the dance, we are now bound.
I'm pretty sure it's kind of like romance and stuff. I'm not a big fan of romancing characters, etc. Alright. So let's go here. I want to go on Yamagama, or what's the name? Okay, visit. Where are we? What do we have here? Adamant. Do you want to set up an extractium to support adamantine? Yeah. What about this? What is this? Promethium. Oh yeah, I want that.
The bizarre structure observed from orbit appears to be the ruined estate of a wealthy noble. Further searching reveals the remains of an envirodome, a landing pad, the main manor, and servants' quarters. It is impossible to determine what exactly happened there. The search team has found something truly disturbing in the main hall, an opulently clothed skeleton sitting at the dinner table. The table is set with gold plates covered with old blood and piles of bones. The bones on the plates are clearly human. No other remains have been found on the estate.
Search through the remains. Let's.
The scout team returns with some expensive weapons taken from the skeleton. After finishing their report, they hurry away, whispering prayers.
Okay. What it? Ooh, not bad. Look at that. All right. It's enough here. I wanna go here. I cannot. Chart you. Okay. I wanna come all the way here. Ooh, I cannot. What about here? I can. Okay. Go here. Lord Captain, I hasten to report the disturbing news brought to me by the machine spirits of the ship. The matter is extremely delicate and concerns Lady Kasha. You see, since her first day aboard, her presence has been a disturbance to the crew's way of life. If you'll allow, I have prepared a detailed report. Deliver your report. Let's see.
The first incident occurred immediately after our departure from Yrliet. The Lady Navigator chastised one of the ship's runners, after which he went to his living quarters, killed his family, and then shot himself. The second incident was noted while traversing the warp. The Lady Navigator gave the pilots the wrong instructions, and the Voidship was thrown off course for a matter of minutes. But this was enough for the forces of the Immaterium to anger the machine spirits enough for them to start a fire in the service bay. After that, officers living near the Lady Navigator's quarters began to express extreme emotions: hysteria, apathy, euphoria, rage. This is quite detrimental to crew morale and performance. The last incident was recorded on Footfall. Around 100 living birds were delivered on board during our stay on Footfall. Each bird cost a hefty sum, but I have failed to discover their purpose and subsequent fate. I was also told about a conflict between the Lady Navigator and the Seneschal. Alas, with no details. If you like, you can ask Master Warsirian directly. Things are even worse with J. Haydari. I intercepted a Voxcast in which she promised she would, and I quote, "in that Casca, if she ever saw her again." If I may, Lord Captain, the Lady Navigator's state of mind worries me. She is self-contained and does not mesh with the crew at all, which is why everyone avoids her. Even senior officers can be superstitious. I fear that only you are in a position to talk to her on an equal footing and improve the situation, for the sake of the crew's safety, and that of Lady Kasha herself. Lord Captain, I keep receiving reports about malfunctions among the various ship systems. This time we are dealing with inexplicable temperature fluctuations. Thermal control failures were observed not only in individual compartments, but even in the soldiers' protective equipment. Several crew members have suffered from burns and frostbite. The tech priests are performing the rites of machine spirit pacification and remain convinced that the issues were caused by the spirit's obstinacy and defiance. Their reports claim the incidents remain well within the scope of expected performance parameters. Over the last few days, complaints about the malfunctioning thermal controls have dwindled, but the crew members have started whispering that our vessel is haunted. The tech priest's assurances that only the machine spirit's tempers are to blame are doing nothing to dissuade these ridiculous rumors.
No, leave Kasha alone. She can do whatever she wants. Okay.
Sourback, how could you have let this happen? An assassination attempt upon the rogue trader in his own chambers right under the noses of your enforcers?
A fierce growl rumbles deep in Abelard's throat. The Master-at-Arms radiates grim fury. Her eyes are dark, her lips pursed. With a practiced hand, she removes the maul from her belt and offers it to you.
An unforgivable error. I accept full responsibility and ask for due punishment.
Everyone makes mistakes, I pardon you.
Sourback hesitates for a moment before putting the maul away.
Our approaches to discipline differ radically. You are too magnanimous, Lord Captain. In that case, I will give my report. All adjacent decks have been isolated. We have begun our search for the culprit and have set up investigation headquarters on the officer's deck. The substance has been analyzed and confirmed to be blood containing traces of major mutations. While it poses no risk of infection to your lordship, the very presence of such genetic aberration on board is a serious threat to the safety of the ship and must be addressed promptly. Once word of this gets out, Many among the crew will surely see it as a brazen challenge to your status as rogue trader.
What genetic aberration?
The heresy of mutation. Mutants are vicious beasts who sow only ruin and death. They are devoid of all humanity, and the vile blood that runs through their veins feeds their unclean thoughts and urges. Numerous accounts speak of entire colonies falling prey to bloody uprisings staged by these creatures, all because their governors were too squeamish to order genetic purges. You don't say. I wonder why somebody we don't consider human and exterminate by the thousands would think to revolt. What a crazy mystery.
Alas, the Imperium's enemies are not limited only to those outside its borders. Mutants can become a considerable threat, especially when given the chance to organize.
The heretics have revealed themselves and are eager to fight? Then fight we shall. Let the vessel be purged of their filth.
Could this have been an assassination attempt?
Then they would have filled the bath with acid or poison instead. There are easier ways to kill someone than drowning them in blood, as foul as that blood may be.
Cache shutters.
I beg to differ. Were something of the sort to happen to me, my heart would surely stop.
What do you intend to do next?
Lord Captain, this incident has cast a shadow on our honor. We only ask for one thing, a chance to absolve ourselves of our guilt. Allow me to head to the officer's deck at once, so that I may lead the investigation personally.
Lord Captain, on a previous occasion, it was your intervention that resolved a matter that my own rigidity had only succeeded in making worse. With all due respect to Mistress Sourback, perhaps she would benefit from your fresh perspective.
Seneschal, do you think so little of me that you would rob me of a chance to defend my honor?
I will handle the investigation myself. If they wish to challenge me, then I shall take matters into my own hands. I'm curious to see the Master at Arms in action. I will preside over the investigation. I want answers. I will take no part of the investigation. Notify me once you have found the culprit. Let's do this.
Of course, Lord Captain. I will arrange for an area befitting your status to be prepared on the officer's deck.
Okay. Let's go. Where is the space? Yeah. All right. Let's see what we have here. Artificial facility. Not yet. I want to go for that Java Gamma. Here. Right? Yep. Let's go.
Lord Captain, permission to address you with a request. Our head chirurgeon is sabotaging the ship's operations. He has quarantined several Voidsman crews on account of a piddling sickness. People don't even go to the med bay when they come down with it. They just wipe their noses and keep working. Only a dozen or so die from it in a whole year. We're sitting on our hands here, so I ask you to talk some sense into him. Your vox clicks, and you hear a dry, nonchalant response. Greetings, your lordship. My name is Leonard Forius, and I am the chirurgeon majoris of this vessel. As your chief medici specialist, I assure you that the quarantine is well warranted. This piddling sickness has claimed the lives of a number of meritorious officers in the past. This time, I intend to get the epidemic under control, study the disease thoroughly, and develop a proper cure. I hope you will agree that a single period of downtime is a small price to pay for the number of lives that will be saved and the increase in the crew's performance during other such outbreaks in the future. Not to mention the fact that we won't have to waste stimulants due to the afflicted using them as a crutch to offset their limited work capacity.
How do you intend to study this disease?
By gathering enough infected individuals together, letting the illness progress, comprehending its properties, and, finally, killing it. The disease goes through several stages, with each containing clues to its nature and vulnerabilities. The Voidsmen will have to stay sick for some time until I discover the cure, assuming, of course, that the disease is reversible in its final stages.
Defeating a disease is a noble goal, but I cannot approve of your methods. Find volunteers among the crew who will agree to being infected in exchange for compensation. I expect you to cure every one of them once you are done. This may limit the potential of the study, but this approach is also acceptable. I will make up for the lack of material with my expertise. Thank you for taking your crew's health into consideration.
Should you require my services, you may find me on the bridge, your lordship. Lord Captain, I bring dire news. A feud has broken out between the clans that maintain the Void Shield arrays. Rumor has it that the late Lady Theodora was seen on the lower decks, and so one of the families called for a rebellion against the usurper of the Voidship, that is, you. So far, no one believes their mad tales, but unrest has begun at the fringes of the compartments. The ship's enforcers are ready to eliminate the instigating clan or pacify the entire Void Shield crew. The decision is yours.
What's this story about Lady Theodora?
Rumors of Lady Theodora's presence on the Voidship have been circulating for a long time and appear to be a deliberate provocation rather than ordinary drunken ramblings. Perhaps someone is intentionally stirring up the masses to rebel against you, or perhaps it is the influence of the warp. Enforcers are already investigating, but right now we need to stop the conflict from escalating any further. As long as the unrest continues, the Voidship's shields will not be operating at full capacity.
Find the sources of the rumors and punish. No. Destroy the rebellious clan and find a replacement. Pacify the entire Voidship crew. Those who succumb to provocation of the unruly are no less guilty.
I'll see to it, Lord Captain. A call for help has pierced the tranquility of an uneventful warp flight. Something sinister is afoot on one of the storage decks. 2 squads have already been sent to investigate, and both of them have gone missing. Alas, the only way to learn of their fate is a personal visit by the rogue trader and his retinue.
Okay. Let's go. There is a lot of things happening on this spaceship.